Hey guys, Mark here. I am in the Sheep Valley. I really don't have much left to do in this valley, but I do have little odds and ends. Let me tell you, I got a free dramatic show on the way here. So between like Okotoks and Turner Valley, I got behind, it's like an SUV of some kind, and it's pulling a trailer with two horses. And the two horses, I noticed one is being a dick to the other one, right? It's always got his head in its space, and every so often they'll like put the ears back and have a little engagement. And this went on for a half hour. It was on and on and on, all the way to the Winter Gate here in Sheep Valley. And I mean, that's where they finally pulled in, and I actually went in and told them. I was invested. I'm like, your horses have been fighting for half hours? The brown one's been a dick to the white one the whole time? And like, they're just looking at me like, siblings, just bugging each other, getting each other's space. I mean, they were just like, oh, whatever. They just laughed it off. And I was like, I'm just thinking, like, can't you put like a separator between the two of them? Like, man, I felt sorry for the white horse. Just couldn't get it, And of course, while we're standing there, the two horses are as good as gold, right? They're not doing jack. Because, of course, as soon as mom is watching, anyway. Yeah, you don't see that every day. You don't. I don't know much about horses, but I knew that the one horse was a total dick to the other horse. The whole time, half hour I was watching. Anyway. I'm here to do what's called Windy Point Ridge, and then when you keep washing, it's called like Gleason's Hill or something. Keep walking, and I'm gonna do a loop. It's funny, I'm like actually not that far off from finish this whole book. I just it includes a whole bunch of stuff around Tombstone, which is kind of an area I'm not really planning to go in anytime soon. So here, this one's just hidden over here. All right, so I did a loop with 18 over to 19 and down. And I've actually done that little piece there. And then over back on 20. Now I'm gonna go up this one. So you can see there's not much for a trail. It's more of a route. Up 17, along that Gleason there, over to that cut line and back on 19 or 18. And then I might actually take a little shortcut up this way and try to go back to that ridge. We'll see. That's funny, Jill says that a lot of birders come here. And just as I'm hanging out here, just putting on shoes, a couple shows up and they got binoculars. All right, I'm gonna pull out underneath the ridge. I've actually been surprised at how many people I've seen today. It's a Tuesday, it's middle of June. Ladies haven't gone climbing. They've just been standing down here and looking up with I guess they're looking at the birds flying along here. Anyway, over here the trail is pretty obvious. This thing is basically an immediate climb. There is a trail and it actually goes that way. So maybe that's a nicer way up. Anyway, there's no warming up on this one. This is nice. This is already nice. Different colored trees. Things are pretty green. We've gotten decent amount of rain this spring, which is good. Who the hell wants more fire and smoke, right? All right. So far this cow trail is working out. I'm getting some pretty decent climb out of it. But without just going straight up that thing, right? This is a herbivore's paradise. It's pretty too. Okay. Here's the first little grassy top. All right, is still a bit of a, still punch down a little bit going up this one. I was going straight up, but it got too steep, so I'd rather not trample on flowers, but I just had to start zigzagging. Got a lot of it done now. See the cars, but that is merciless. There's the road anyway. Oh, beautiful. All right, let's keep on going. Got a lot of the climb done already for the day. So I ran into 2 different parties on the way up. That one there you just saw, and the other one was a lady baby packing. I say that because I'm sure the baby is at least as heavy as a backpack. My hat's off to that. I mean, to be a mother and to find time to come out here and put the baby on your back, which has got to be heavy, and pack around, like, that's pretty cool. Did I say the climb was mostly done? Silly me. Wow. Relentless, unceasing. I have to take a nice big long break. Like, yeah, that's tough. Well, I think that's Winnie Point over there. I was just thinking, you know, like, man, why is this? I left my car about 35 minutes ago and I just climbed 1,000 feet. So, okay. Yeah, no wonder. That makes a little bit of sense now, doesn't it? Okay. Nice. Very pretty. All right, Winnie Point, baby. Woo! Oh, isn't that pretty? Cool. Who is cutting stuff off this? Who's having like a fire up here? My goodness. Oh. I remember that. That's, you come out of 4 in grade. That's an intersection down there. Yeah. All right. Trail keeps on going. There's a summit to get to. 500 meters, so down then up. Hey, bear! Trail very nicely keeps going. Not overgrown, nothing really in the way. More climbing, of course. All right. Pretty growing in, but a little bit of something. Looking down the Sheep Valley. Okay. This is looking ahead, so you got that one, and then you got that one. I can still see a nice trail going up this guy, so I know I have a trail at least that far. All right. All right, top 3. I believe. There hasn't been a single thing in any one of these tops, like not even like a pile of rocks, 3 rocks high. It's pretty uncelebrated, but you know. Jill talks about how you could be on that one point there and it's cramped with birders, people bird watching. It's just That's just hard to believe. I mean, I'm surprised I ran into 3 people on a Tuesday, frankly. 4 people if you count the baby. 2 parties. I guess people that are happy to get out, right? It's June. This is an area you can get out to for sure. There's no avalanche or anything. There's not even really any snow. I haven't seen any. There's just some up in the mountains. That's it. All right, I've come down a little bit from that top, and the escape trail, kind of the cow trail that I thought I might come back up, is just over here. I'm gonna go show you how steep it is. Maybe it's this, maybe it's just over here, but that's not super attractive, I gotta say. Okay. Just a little bit of reading, started climbing up the top 4. And Jill is like, you gotta be careful, otherwise you end up in Death Valley. So, all right then. So I am like, still following the trail, but you can see it's actually starting to go down to the right off the bridge a little bit. And that's basically exactly what she said not to do. And you keep following a little bit. Let's see if it climbs back up. But yeah, look at this, right? Okay. I mean, this is the most obvious trail. You can walk almost anywhere you want up there, but yeah. All right, this thing has kind of stuck below this ridge. Now it breaks in 2, and both trails don't look like they're getting any love. See the big tree branch, and this one here got a bunch of stuff across it. Back here, look how nice it is even, right? So I think it's time to abandon this and heed Jill's warnings. Let's go back up here. And I want to go for a little bit of a jog to the left at some point. Let's figure this out. All right, back on top. There's a much nicer trail again. So, and yet when I went to that trail on the bottom there, it was more obvious. All right then. Okay, let's keep following this. And you can still see that there's work being done again on a trail I'm on, so that's good. All right, a little bit of a look out this way. This feels like the top of top 4, but Jill says it's indeterminate. You really need to be very alert up here. So that means that it probably like sprays right out, goes everywhere. I think this is when I need to look for a jog to the left. Right now I'm still on that very nice trail. Has trail work done on it and everything, so stick with that, keep my eyes open. I like this top 4. I can't hear the road anymore. It's very, very peaceful. It's just slightly downhill right now. Just sort of going through trees. There's a nice view out into Death Valley. It's a pleasant hike right now. And actually right now it seems pretty obvious. You know, you go down here and you go down here, and here's a trail. It's a pretty classic ridge. Okay, just making a little note. So here the ridge kind of keeps going. Here, just a little bit of a jog to the left, and here is a trail flag. So let's see here. Yeah, you kind of have something that keeps going here, a bit of a cow trail. Looks like it kind of goes away pretty quickly, actually. There. So this is probably the jog down to the coal that is talked about in the guidebook. All right, so there was a couple of trail tapes, and then things kind of just faded out in the woods. So I'm looking back right now. I'm not that far below what would normally be the ridge walk. It's yeah, now it's really not obvious. Look back over here, see if I can't find something, but I don't know, down there you just get into the thick stuff. All right, I think there's a little rise over here that right now I can't really see that well through the trees. You can see right there, you can see kind of the tops. I think you kind of need to go down and up. If you keep following along here, I think you'll end up God knows where. And then I actually decided to look at my Maps.me, and there actually is a trail on there, surprisingly. And yes, it does basically say like kind of jog down, go down, and go up that. So I'm gonna go back and actually see if I can find something where Maps.me is indicating a trail. See, I kind of kept walking along underneath the ridge. I think you just have to go down. So let's see if I can find something for that. Like an actual trail, not just bushwhack. So I had backtracked. Up there is the ridge, and I think the trail tapes are up there. There was 2. That was it though, that's all I found. And then, oh, I can see one right now. Yeah, so I'm just below that. I had walked over there. I think if you, yeah, but like down there, that was kind of thicker. So right now I'm sort of on top of the trail on Maps.me, and this doesn't seem as thick down here. And I kind of feel like I'm on a bit of a nature trail. So let's see what happens here. See what else I can find, see if I find something good to use to go down. Right now, like I said, I'm on kind of a nature trail. All right, that trail went away. And now I'm starting to see a little something else, but it's also super easy bushwhacking here. Based on the thickness up there and the thickness down here, I feel like this was a cut block at one point or something, because it's definitely taken on a different tone. I think how open it is down here now. All right, I went through that, which was kind of a low point. And now this is kind of a big open area, and I found more trail tape, so. I have to assume that's telling me where to go. This is not the direction, this is just me kind of intercepting the trail, at least I feel like anyway. All right, so 2 trail tapes here. And then I did see one in the trees over here. Yeah, it's real. This, between top 4 and 5, that's where you, oh, there it is. That's where you're gonna lose everything, right? You'll end up, oh, there's one here, one there. Yeah, so this is the part where it's a route. There's absolutely nothing. There's such a nice trail all the way to there too. All the way there. And then there's a definite gotcha, a big old gotcha. And there you go. I had followed those tapes. I just shut off the camera 5 seconds ago, and here's the cow trail. Very nice one. Let's see if it actually goes where I want to go. Oh, and there's another trail tape up there. All right. And here's a pile of rocks. First one I've seen. Kind of showing where you should go down, right? Bit of a dying trail tape there. Cool. Well, I feel like now I'm on another ridge, but whatever. I stayed on the trail. Phew. All right, now the directions are head north over a minor top 5. I feel like the trail I just took brought me to top 5. And that kind of goes up, but that's not it. This is north, which is sort of going down. So I think top 5 has already been done. And there is top 6. At that point, I'm heading for a cut line that I've seen in the past. Figure this out here. Still going down a little bit. The farther I go, the more kind of an obvious trail seems to show up. Now, as I say that, now it breaks in 2 and goes around some trees. Oh yeah. But the cut line that I'm aiming for does show up on the topo, and it's 700 meters away. See, look at this, like it's pretty, yeah. Okay, I feel like this is probably top 6. It could be top 5. So now, let's see here. I got a bit of a trail here, but I feel like there's something a bit more here. Oh yeah, 100%. There's even a little cut on this thing. Oh, look at this big opening in the trees. Okay. And if there's a big rise over here, maybe that's top 6. All right, let's figure this out. It's either I go up that top or I come down to a cut line that's down here. I'm not sure which. See which one comes first. All right, that opening in the trees kind of got me underneath the ridge. And I mean, it brought me to another opening, which now climbs up. The cut line is showing us another 350 meters. So the one I was on earlier, that was top 5. Pile of rocks, that wasn't it, that I came out of in the trees. So conclusion, I have to go climb up that rise over there. That is top 6. And then the cut line will be on the other side. So I have to go back up the ridge, first of all. Nice little nature trail, but I don't want to piss around on nature trails anymore. I want to get to the top of this ridge and stop side hilling. Of course, I get up here and there's this beautiful trail. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jill says it's riddled with windfall. Still accurate. Top 6. This one was actually a bit of decent work. It was a trail that got me underneath all the windfall down there, and then it stayed down there. And you know, I'm getting pretty wary of trails that do that now. So I decided to break off from it, climb up and actually get top 6. There's a little trail here. So that other one really is like right down, not that down, but it's down there, it's significant. I want to be on top, so there is, yeah, now there's a trail here. So even if you do gotta climb over some stuff. Okay, there was more climbing. Now I feel like I'm at the top of top 6. Tiny little trees down. Some people have attempted to do a little bit of clearing. Now the cut line is only showing like 50 meters away, so I feel like I'm almost done this. It's been definitely been a bit of a challenge, man. Keep away from those trails that they lead you down and then they keep going straight, Meanwhile, the ridge is climbing above you, and next thing you know, you're basically off the ridge. You got to stay on the ridge. Don't stay on those trails for long. Get off them. Okay, so after top 6, you kind of want to make a 45-degree turn to the left. Otherwise, you're in that. And it started going down significantly, like bushwhack. There is one little random piece of tape over there. I'm not sure why. Doesn't really seem to be much of a trail over here either, but let's see here. I just want to find a place. I want to go that way, but try to get around this tree. There's really no good trail or anything. Works perfectly fine going this way. I'll keep going this way till I find a good way. Still kind of going northwest. Right now I'm going to try and turn a little bit this way to get closer to the... Now look at my phone, look at my topo. I've been walking almost perpendicular to the cut line. I don't want to do that. I want to get to the cut line. So now this way, now it's finally kind of opened up enough for me to go this way without, you know, doing, leapfrogging a lot of stuff. I'll figure this out. Who thought that from top 6 down to the cut line would be the part with the least amount of, like, no trail at all, really? Wow, I can't seem to get to the cut line. I've been taking decent lines where I don't have to jump too much stuff, and I've been going down. I've been going down a lot. Apparently the cut line goes down too. And I've been, I look at it, I'm 80 meters away. I was actually farther away than I thought from top 6. But this is where it is. Look at it. It's just down, 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 down through crap. So I've been continuing to walk like this direction, which isn't really getting me there, but I keep going down this direction in a safe way, like I'm jumping stuff, but you know, my life isn't hell. I'm not like removing a whole boatload of skin off my arms or anything. Jesus. I just can't seem to get to this thing. Up here, it looks like it's gonna get steep, and I'm gonna get steep no matter what I do, but maybe that'll get me there. Who knows? All right, come on. I can solve this puzzle. Literally 100 meters between top 6 and the cut line, or maybe a bit more. And I've been trying to solve that for the last, I swear to God, like 20 minutes or a half hour. All right, I'm kind of coming to like a draw where it starts to go almost back up. I can barely believe this, but the cut line on my phone now is showing up here. It's showing behind me. Somehow I missed it. I have a waypoint for where I cut from where I popped out of number 18, and that is 250 meters about this direction. Doesn't that look fun? Well, shit. I'm in a hole right now. I just got to find my way out somehow, you know? Thank God for the scouting I did back when I did that other trail last year. Looking back from whence I came, I side hilled my way over here. So now this is kind of going downhill in the direction of where my waypoint says I popped out of 18. I crossed the line of the cut line again. So I'm not crazy. It's not here. Either the line on the topo is inaccurate or my phone is showing me as inaccurate. I need to go west. That's the only way I'm going to find the other trail, right? And even then, that's a real schmozzle. The last bit of it. Don't do either of these trails from this direction. They have to be done the way Joe describes. I keep my eyes peeled here for anything I can find. This is kind of a something. Not enough of something though. It goes kind of the wrong way. You got to do it the way Joe describes, and even then, look at the trouble I'm having. If you try to do it the opposite way on any of the trails of 17, 18, or 19, I mean, that one I got lost trying to go back the opposite. Then God help you, right? You got to do them all from the road. I'll use this until I find a good way down. And it is nice to have some decent walking for a change instead of bushwhacking. This is a good area to bushwhack now. I'm not having I can walk almost anywhere I want to now. All right, let's keep going down here. What do we have here? One random cut tree. Okay, now here's a really obvious trail. Really obvious. Okay, I turn to the right. The spot where I popped out of 18 is showing 30 meters over here. There. How did I not find my way over to this at all? So I definitely went down something wrong, right? I went down a draw. I think that came down like that. And I was looking at it going, this is garbage. Somehow I had to keep going along top up there until I got to this. And then it would come down that. Instead I went through all the trees. Good God, how are you going to find top 6? Because going the direction I took is the only nice way I could find through the forest. Going that direction looked like awful. So, unbelievable. Well, I feel like I royally had my butt handed to me in that last 100 meters. Definitely turned out to be more like 5 through the trees. This is 18. I mean, legit, I never found the cut line. I just cut over to 18. Oh, okay. Damn. Some of these trails are, yeah, they're good luck, man. You really got to make sure you do stuff correctly. I don't know what I could have really done different, how I could have possibly known what direction to go. I really needed to just, even when I crossed that cut line on the topo, it wasn't there. Wasn't there. So here's the cut tree. Here's where I found the number 18. All right, this trail here is also kind of a schmozzle of cow trails, but compared to what I just did, the only reason I'm trying to do it back this direction is because I got a whole bunch of waypoints to kind of show me where to go. I already did it. I already scouted it. So go figure. I've already gone through like 5 or 6 trees that are down. And then you come across something like that where someone has clearly taken a chainsaw and cleared stuff out. This is one of the reasons why this part's confusing, right? See, look at the big trail split right here. Cows have made several trails out here. Well, there's a couple of interesting little views in this trail, but mostly just like grassland and stuff. There's not a whole lot going on. What's definitely driving me forward right now is the mosquitoes are out. For the first time this year, I am being hounded by mosquitoes, so I think I start bringing that along now. All right, coming down the little crossing. The trail was faint, and it breaks into 10 pieces, and then you're kind of walking on something, you're not sure if it's right, then all of a sudden it becomes great. You're like, okay, great, I'm definitely on the right track now. I mean, look at this, right? But there's still stuff across it. Yeah, a little bit of a clearing here. There's plenty of cow plop, but I actually have never seen cows on this route. But right now, I don't think there's really any cows on a grazing lease in here. Well, I do try and help out stuff like this a little bit. I'm not a trail hero like David Blogs, but that guy will come out on a trail. Let's see if I can lift this thing specifically with a saw and just to clear stuff, right? Let's see. Ugh. Come on. Ugh. That thing is just stuck. Still stuck in its... Come on. Oh, man. Come on. There. So now I'm gonna just kind of pick it up and drag it. Now that I've broken it free. Maybe I can break it off up here. Okay. There. Now it's broken in two. You can take this, put it kind of above up here. This is all these cow trails down here too. I don't want to throw it across those. Pick up you. Ugh. It ain't much, but you know, if 100 of those across the trail and if everyone picks up 1 or 2 of them, then I mean, there's not much of us out here walking these anyway. But yeah, it's a little better, right? All right, that's sort of the second creek crossing. Now I'm into a big meadow. Hey, bear! Never know when something's hiding in here, right? You gotta let them know you're here. Take a little break in here. There's enough breeze that mosquitoes aren't bothering me. It's not bad in here either. Like the trees are quite pretty. Sometimes you walk them in the wind. As soon as you get to that meadow, a really big and obvious trail shows up on your hiker left. And I think it's pretty It's a pretty clear trail from this point out. All that stuff on the other side is what's kind of a bit weird. A lot of trail braiding and such. All right, this is definitely like the biggest like gorge and stuff as far as creeks. I'm actually gonna walk along over here a little bit just to see if there's anything interesting to see before I go down. Well, I know I had talked about on the other side there's like the grade 5 cow trail, is 5-star cow trail, as Jill puts it, that I could try to use to climb back up onto Gleason Ridge, aka Windy Point Ridge. I'm not gonna do that. I think I've had enough. That was a decent amount of adventure already. And I'm just gonna head back. All right, come to this little clearing. Kind of lose the trail in this. It's just a lot of grass. If you go that way, and you can kind of see it. Here, let me get a better angle on it. You can still easily see it, actually. See there? That's an old road. That's number 20. Now I recommend doing it from the other direction, because even then I had a bit of a tough time finding some of the start and stop points. This one here, you gotta go down and cross this thing and go onto that one. The only way you're gonna find that is to walk up to here. Yeah, there we go. Down like that, up there. Well, after that crossing, instead of jumping on the road, I took a cow trail I saw coming up. Pretty good one. And it did climb me a little bit, but also kind of gave me a shortcut back to the car instead of walking along the road. And no surprises, you know, it leads me to the happy eating ground. So you have a trail from here to water. I mean, what else does a cow need, right? All right, decided to climb up here over this little thing, and look at this beautiful trail going right into the woods. All right, sold. Yeah, it's a beautiful trail, isn't it? And gone. Yeah, I know the road's down here, and I don't think I'll have too much trouble finding it. It's kind of funny. It's a bit of a nature trail, but yeah, sure. Not that nice thing that came in here, that's for sure. I'm gonna pop out almost the same place I went into the woods. What I was just looking at over there was the turnout. Oh, there's a random truck parked down here too. The only thing I gotta get through right now is this drift fence, which I'm walking up to right now. Shouldn't be too much of a pain, but you know. Alrighty, not exactly the plan, but there's the car, and I'm gonna get back to it. Well, this time I gotta talk before I start changing out of shoes and stuff. My brain starts to shut off. Not bad, you know, bit of technical stuff. That ridge was easy until what, top 4? And then getting the top 5 wasn't too bad, and then, wow, surprise. Top 6 down to the, down to the cut line. It never actually happened. All right, I intercepted trail 18. Anyway, some decent views. You know, I like that Windy Point Ridge. That's all right. It's pretty decent, for sure. Another one down in the Sheep Valley, you know. There's I got a late season backpack, which pretty much late season is always national parks. So I don't know when I'm doing that one. And I got an early season backpack. So I think that'll be next year, probably. Yeah, and then, yeah, I don't know what else, yeah. There's not a huge amount left. There's not much left. I've almost accomplished the goal here. The goal this year is doing a bit of wrap up in here, and then Ware Creek, Court Creek, that kind of area. There's about 6 of them I want to do there. It'd be nice to go into Iowa and get a couple done there. Obviously, I already went and did Forget-Me-Not Ridge because I wanted to do a backpack in there, which I accomplished. So yeah, coming along. Got some goals. Whew, get out there and hike.